So what's the value of an advisor, and should you be working with one? Well, I'm going to talk about that and more in today's video. Hi, I'm David Armstrong, CEO of Monument Wealth Management. I think the reason people don't trust financial advisors is a multifaceted answer. I think that one of the reasons people don't trust advisors is they simply don't understand the advice that they're getting or the motives behind it. A lot of that is embedded in the way the business used to be run, let's just say 20 or 30 years ago, where sales culture reigned supreme in the financial services industry, and advisors always had something to sell clients, and those were commission-based products. Common commission-based products are things like annuities or life insurance, or even buying and selling stocks for a commission. So no matter whether the advice was good or bad, the advisor was always getting paid a commission. So if you fast forward in the industry now, it's much more advice-based, and clients are now starting to understand that trust is important because they need to be able to trust the advice that the advisors are giving them, because that's what they're actually paying for and buying as a service. So what you need to be looking for first and foremost is the relationship with your advisor. Is that a fiduciary relationship? And what that means is that a fiduciary advisor is bound legally to act in the best interest of their clients or you. So you want to look for, first and foremost, are you entering into a relationship with a true fiduciary? Some of the keys that you should be looking for there is, are you talking to somebody who is an advisor at a registered investment advisor or an RIA? Or are you dealing with somebody who is selling commission-based products? Generally, if you're talking to an advisor that works at a large firm, they're a hybrid, or they can wear both hats at the same time. They can act as fiduciaries in an RIA capacity, but they can also sell commission products on the broker-dealer side or traditional commission-based business. So if you are working with an advisor, and that's okay, there's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure that you understand what hat they're wearing when they are recommending advice to you. Conversely, if you're working with a registered investment advisor like Monument, we are 100% fee only, and we do not sell any commission products. As a matter of fact, we're not even licensed to sell commission products anymore. So if you're dealing with a firm that is strictly an RIA or a fee-only advisory relationship, you won't really have to worry about the commission-based side of that business. So what is the value of an advisor? Well, here at Monument, we believe that the value of the advisor comes in the value of the actual advice. And we strongly believe that unfiltered opinions and straightforward advice is the bedrock for our value proposition with our clients, with you. So for example, you're a business owner. What sort of advice can Monument give you? Well, we can talk to you about all sorts of things like pre-business sale planning. What can you be doing now to get your personal finances ready for the transaction? And many times we'll see business owners get so wrapped up in the actual sale of the business that they miss opportunities in pre-sale planning to make sure that their personal worth is organized and ready to go for the sale, so that you can take advantage of tax issues, you can take advantage of trust and estate planning prior to the sale, which is when the best time to get that advice and implement those strategies, so that when the sale does happen, all of the wealth that you have spent all of this time as a business owner creating is now properly organized when it becomes personal wealth in cash and investments after the sale of the business. If you're a high net worth business executive, there's still a lot of planning and things that you need to do now to make sure that your wealth is not only accumulating and investing properly, but is being set up from a tax advantage perspective. So high net worth individuals, high earning income executives generally have a tax problem because you're in the highest tax bracket. We like to work with executives like that and help them do their tax planning and their investment strategy to make sure that we're not compounding a tax problem that exists because of your very high income level. So should you be working with a financial advisor? Well, honestly, that depends. I like to look at it from the perspective of a landscaping service. I'm personally very capable of waking up on a Saturday morning and breaking out a lawnmower and a weed eater and a blower and bags and getting up and cutting my lawn and edging and trimming and making the mulch look nice. I choose not to spend my time doing that because even though I'm capable of doing it, it's not how I want to spend my Saturday morning. I think if you use that analogy and apply it to whether or not you want to hire a financial advisor, it can be very constructive, because a lot of smart people who have been very successful in generating wealth, either through owning and selling a business or as a high income executive, many people work hard to earn their wealth and they don't feel like waking up on a Saturday morning to cut their own lawn. So Monument will come in and do all of the work that, even though you may feel capable of doing yourself, you don't choose to spend your Saturday morning doing it. So our best relationships with clients tend to be the ones who say, I know that I know enough to be able to do this. I just choose not to do it. But I need smart people who can be waking up on a Saturday morning and knowing what needs to be done, and also have the equipment and the tools and the experience to make sure that everything is done correctly and my yard looks perfect on a Saturday afternoon. The good news is that whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or somebody who wants to wake up on a Saturday morning and not have to deal with your lawn, we can help. We have great resources on our website for both the do-it-yourselfer and the people who want to have an outsourced relationship with Monument. So where are our resources? Well, we have our website, and on our website, you'll find some great information about our firm, what we do, who we are, and what our general philosophy is. In addition to that, you can find our blog there, which I generally write about twice a month, and it's general thoughts about what's going on in the market and some pretty valuable information for knowing what are we thinking about right now, time now, what's going on in the market. Finally, this YouTube video is a fantastic resource for not only the do-it-yourselfers, but for current clients and prospective clients. And then, of course, we have our newsletter, which everybody should subscribe to because it's chock full of information about market conditions, tactics, techniques, procedures that we're using to make sure that wealth is protected and growing for our clients, those high net worth individuals, those business owners. We have a lot of information there. Okay, so with that, I'm David Armstrong with Monument Wealth Management. I hope you found this information useful, and until then, we'll see you next time.